Hi, this is New Boy, Chapter 3, Read Aloud. Sorry for the blurry text, but you have your own copy on Google Classroom you can read as well. Chapter 3, You're Definitely Dead. Joseph looks at the blackboard. Miss Still holds his wrist. There is much noise in the room. He sees boys and girls stand out on their seats. Other children lean across their neighbors' desks. They all want to see Christian Kelly. Christian Kelly remains on the floor. He also makes much noise. Me finger! He broke me finger! Sit down. It is Miss. Hands in the air. She no longer holds Joseph's wrist. Joseph watches children sit down. He sees hands in the air. He looks at his hands. He raises them. Joseph. He looks at Miss. She kneels beside Christian Kelly. She holds the finger. She presses the knuckle. Christian Kelly screams. There's nothing broken, Christian, she says. You'll be grand. It's sore. I'm sure it is, she says. She stands. She almost falls back as she does this. She puts one hand behind her. She holds her skirt with the other hand. Joseph hears a voice behind him. It's a whisper. Perhaps it is Seth Quinn. I see her knickers. She is now standing. So is Christian Kelly. What color? Miss shouts. Now. Christian Kelly rubs his nose with his sleeve. He looks at Joseph. Joseph looks at him. There is silence in the classroom. That's better, says Miss. Now hands down. Good, Joseph. Joseph hears the whisper voice. Yellow. Joseph looks up at Miss. She's looking at someone behind him. She says those words again. God give me strength. She speaks very quietly. She turns to Christian Kelly. She puts her hand on his shoulder. Sit down, Christian. Christian Kelly goes to his desk behind Joseph. Joseph does not look at him. Now, Joseph, stand up. Joseph does this. He stands up. First, Christian is no angel. Are you, Christian? I didn't do anything. She smiles at Christian. She looks at Joseph. You have to apologize to Christian, she says. Joseph speaks. Why? She looks surprised. She inhales slowly. Because you hurt him. That's fair, Joseph thinks. I apologize, he says. A boy speaks. He's supposed to look at him when he's saying it. Miss the teacher lady laughs. This surprises Joseph. He's right, she says. Joseph turns. He looks at Christian Kelly. Christian Kelly glances at Joseph. He then looks at his desk. I apologize, says Joseph. He didn't mean to hurt you, says Miss. Joseph speaks. That's not correct, he says. So at this point, Joseph is saying, it's not correct. He actually did mean to hurt Christian Kelly. So the teacher's probably going to be pretty surprised. Oh, now, says Miss. Many voices whisper. What did he say? He's in for it now. Look at her face. Now. Joseph looks at Miss's face. It's extremely red. She speaks. We'll have to see about this. Her meaning is not clear. Get your bag. Joseph picks up his school bag. Into this bag, he puts his new Maths Matters book and copybook and pencil. Come on now. Is he being expelled from this room? He does not know. He hears excited voices. She's throwing him out. Is she throwing him out? He follows Miss to the front of the room. Now, she says, we'd better put some space between you and Christian. Joseph is very happy. He is to stay, and Christian Kelly will no longer sit behind him. But then there is Seth Quinn. A girl speaks. She is a very big girl. He should sit beside Pamela. Many girls laugh. No, says the black girl who sits beside the map. Joseph understands this is Pamela. Leave poor Pamela alone, says Miss. There. Miss points. Beside Hazel. Joseph watches the girl called Hazel O'Hara. She moves her chair. She makes room for Joseph. She wears her glasses. Her eyes are very big. Her hair is very white. Her skin is very pink indeed. Look at Hazel, says the big girl. She's blushing. Hazel speaks. F off, you. Now. Joseph sits beside Hazel O'Hara. Hands in the air. Joseph raises his hand. He hears a voice he knows. You're definitely dead. Joseph looks at the clock. It is round and it is placed on the wall over the door. Don't listen to that dirtbag, says Hazel O'Hara. It is 5 minutes after 10 o'clock. It is an hour since Joseph was brought to this room by the man. It certainly has been very eventful. Joseph, it's Miss. Yes, says Joseph. I'm not finished with you yet, says Miss. Stay here at little break. What is this little break? Joseph does not know. The other boys in the hostel did not tell him about little break. Now, says Miss, at last, the sum's on the board. Who did the last one? Hazel. That's right. Who's next? Hands are raised. Some of the children lift themselves off their seats. Miss. Seth Quinn, says Miss. Didn't have my hand up. Come on, Seth. Joseph hears a chair being pushed. He does not turn.